Good afternoon. Well, almost afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. If you're watching this, you're checking in. Update. It's been 4 days since I was broken into and had multiple things stolen from me. Nothing's happened. Police haven't gotten back with me. I'm not horribly surprised. My insurance guy hasn't called me back because he said he was going to get my window taken care of quickly. So obviously I took that in my own hands and I've got an appointment tomorrow to get my window replaced. Uh, so yeah, there you go. That's it. Shit happens, right? I kind of feel like Sisyphus. And if you don't know what that is or who that is not an STD. That is a poor bastard in Greek mythology who was, for a punishment, he had to push a boulder, a big boulder, up a hill. And every time he almost got to the top, because his goal was to get it to the top, every time he almost got to the top, it would break loose from his grip and it would roll back down the hill and he would have to do it again. He has to do this for all eternity. It might seem a bit extreme, but my feelings or how I feel, I compare it to Sisyphus. Um, I feel like I'm getting momentum and I'm almost where I need to be, and then that boulder breaks loose and it rolls back down the hill, and I've got to start over again. And it's disheartening. And I'm not losing hope. Don't think that. I'm not going to do anything crazy. Don't think that. I'm going to keep on keeping on like I have been. And I'm going to hopefully get that damn boulder to the top of the hill where it's going to stay there and I'm going to be able to rest. But the journey's hard, man. It's really hard. It's like I said, I'm disheartened. And I'm disappointed. And I'm hurt. And it sucks. It really sucks. Uh, I don't know. I put a bounty on the people that broke into my vehicle, but I haven't heard anything back from that yet because the police aren't going to do anything. They've got bigger problems, even though they have a division just for theft. But whatever. And I could call them, yes. However, every time I do, I end up being transferred 6 times, and then I get to a busy line. And I've tried this several times, and nothing. So I'm guessing that the only thing they're going to do is sit on that weapon and wait for it to show up in a pawn shop and hopefully catch a break. That's my interpretation of what they're doing. So, I mean, I understand I'm not going to get anything back. I understand that it is what it is, and these guys are just scot free until they do something stupid. But the way they acted with me, they're not going to do anything stupid. Because, I mean, hell, they had plenty of time to make 2 or 3 trips from my truck to their vehicle. And no one saw nothing. I was off camera at work conveniently because, I had to park in a certain spot because there's no parking anywhere else. So I'm without, and it hurts. I hate that, you know. And then on top of that, I realized that with this job, I'm sacrificing a lot for it. And then this happens, and it's like, what's the point? You know, I'm not trying to pull all high in sight because that doesn't help anything. What I am saying is, I sacrifice my time, I sacrifice my personal life, I've sacrificed relationships, birthdays, graduations, all that, so I could be here making money to attain goals, and I attain goals, and then in the blink of an eye, all that is gone. That's, man, it's bullshit. So I've thought about it long and hard, and at first I was going to buy a shit vehicle that I could bring to work, that I'm not afraid. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Roadhouse, um, but the main character in Roadhouse, he has a very nice vehicle that he drives in his leisure, but for his job he buys a crap vehicle, and he buys that crap vehicle because he knows that at some point in time something's going to happen to it, and if something happens to his cheap crap vehicle, he's not upset about it. Anyway, I thought about buying a crap vehicle just to bring to work, but I've also thought, you know what? Why am I adjusting my life around work yet again? I'm doing that anyway, and this is what happens. So I'm going to find another job, and that's in the works. I've just got to get a copy of my DD 214, and then I can fully apply, and then hopefully within 2 or 3 weeks or less, I can be working someplace else, possibly making more money, but I will be closer to home and I'll be happier because where I live, this kind of crap doesn't really happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of a country boy and now work in the big city, and the big city is really just trying to come down on me. Like I'll step outside work for a cigarette at 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and I hear gunshots, and it's not like this happens once a week. It's like every night. Every night I walk outside, there's a gunshot, at least one going off. And then I hear on the news that someone on 8th Street has been shot in the head, and I freaking just heard that. It's just, man, it's crazy. And I don't know. I don't know what to do. So, I talked to my therapist this morning, and it's actually our last appointment with her, and I'm really sad about that too, because she's really helped me a lot. She's helped me come a long way from where I was. And now we've got to part ways, and it's kind of redundant how I find like a woman that really affects my life positively, and then she just kind of has to fade from existence. That sucks. But, you know. But anyway, I'm going to find another job with better hours, with hopefully better pay. At this point, I am not worried about taking too much of a pay cut, because if I'm closer to home, I'll be saving money anyway from gas and food and all that. And once I get better hours, then I can start focusing a little more on my social life, and maybe I can find someone to be with who will put up with me, and we'll go from there. So, I mean, the only thing that sucks about it all is that it takes time. But that's just one of those things. Everything takes time, you know. I can slowly recover, well, not recover, but I can slowly replace everything that was taken from me here. I can get my window replaced. I can get another job. I can find time to, be social and to try and woo some lady. I can save money for land. I can do all that, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. And that's something we all got to realize. All right, if you've got some sort of disposition or whatnot, and you want everything to be better, it's not going to happen overnight. I hate to tell you that, but it's going to take time. But you need to put the time in to make it happen. Set your goals, stick with them, jump those hurdles, and if you can do all that, and you can, then you will get that boulder to the top of the hill. It'll happen. Remember that. You can do it. You can make it. I'm proof of it. And I've got my hurdles, and I've got my disposition, I've got my feelings, and I've got my doubts at times. But if you can stick to what you're doing, then you'll eventually make it. It just takes time. Just remember that. All right, there's no magic device to go into the future where you're already happy and content and you have what you want. You've got to take time to do it yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go with the flow, one day at a time, breathe, and it'll eventually happen. And that's all we can do. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. More so the lesson than the update, because it's part of it. All right, there you go. I did come back to work because I have to, because I need money. You know? And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, I won't get rubbed the wrong way by the boss and make a horse's ass of myself. Because a big part of me really wants to. But once again, we've step back, take a breath, and remember your goals, because that's what's important. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So if you're watching this, you're checking in, care for one another, love one another. Look down your friends list, and if you haven't talked to them in more than 3 days, hit them up. See how they're doing, what they're doing. If you can assist them in any way, do a random act of kindness once a day if possible. It's not too hard. Everyone needs help. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if you're watching this, you're checking.